it's Shannon from Core Motion. I am here on Thursday, March 26th, making some more films for you guys. Upon some requests, I'm going to do a reformer class today. So if you have a reformer at home, feel free to follow along. These moves are going to be ones that you recognize, so it should be easy enough for you to follow along at home, but at least you'll have a routine to follow. I will give you the springs based on the balanced body equipment. If your equipment is different, just make sure that you adjust based on what your spring settings are. I'll tell you medium, heavy, or whatnot, and then you can adjust from that point. Anyway, hope you enjoy. We're going to start with footwork. It's on, I have a red and a blue and a yellow and a red, so 2 reds, a yellow, and a blue. Everything except for 1 spring, so it's a pretty heavy setup here for your footwork. So let's start by lying down and let's get going. All right, so once you lie down on your carriage, make sure your shoulders are up against the shoulder blocks. You're going to be on the balls of your feet in parallel, and we're going to make sure you're in your neutral pelvis. So make sure your low back is not flat. You have that little light space in the low back. Arms are nice and long. Press through the feet as you press out and lengthen all the way. Bend the knees, control as you pull yourself home, making sure you're maintaining that neutral spine, neutral pelvis throughout. We're going to do this 8 times. So this is 3. 4 more. 3. 2. And 1. Come halfway in. Maintain that neutral as you now pulse for 8. 7. As if you were sitting down in a chair. 5. 4. 3. 2, press out, lengthen. Come all the way home and go into Pilates D. So squeeze your heels together, turn your toes open slightly, make sure your toes are still hugging the foot bar. Press out, lengthen, and then bend the knees, come in. Make sure you're squeezing your heels on the out and on the in. Keep that nice tight connection, wrapping the hips. Good, we've got 4. 3. 2, and 1. Come halfway in. Squeeze your heels together, little pulses again for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, press out, lengthen. Come all the way home. Parallel your feet and walk up to your heels. Once you get there, flex your feet back as if your feet were standing flat on the ground and press out, lengthen. As you bend your knees, continue to flex your ankles, sit down into your chair. 5 more. 4. 3. 2. 1. Come halfway in, sit down into your chair as you take those little pulses. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, press out, lengthen, and come all the way home. Let's walk the balls of the feet wide on the foot bar. You're going to be in turnout. Heels are lifted nice and high. Press out, lengthen. Bend the knees, control, come in. Create some energy on the inside of the thighs as you press out, and make sure you maintain your neutral pelvis throughout the movement. Good. Do 4, 3, 2, 1. Halfway in, pulse it 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, press out, lengthen. Come home, and now just go to your heels. So replace the balls of the feet with the heels. Flex the feet back, press out, lengthen for 8. Take that nice stretch on the end, really reaching the knees away from one another. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come halfway in. Push your knees open as you take that pulse. Flex the ankles back. 5, 4, 3, 2, press out, lengthen. way home. Walk your heels back to the center almost until they're touching. Take your left leg into hamstring stretch. Flex the ankle. Try to keep your neutral here, so try not to flatten your low back as you press out on the right for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's pulse it for 8. So let's pulse 8, 5, 4, 3, 2, press out, lengthen. Come all the way home. Switch it here. Right leg is going to go up. You're going to flex that ankle. Keep your neutral and press away. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Halfway in. Pulse it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Press out, lengthen, and come all the way home. All right, so bring that heel back down. If your headrest is not flat, go ahead and flatten it. We're going to prepare for our bridging series. So we'll leave our heels on, flex the feet back if you can. Arms are long by your side. Take the imprint, so really tilt the pelvis here. Begin to roll up one vertebra at a time. Once you get to the top, kind of readjust, check in, make sure your ribs are looking right into your hips, your knees are reaching away nice and long, and flex your ankles as you slowly tilt the pelvis to roll back down, vertebra by vertebra, and then come back into neutral. Let's do 2 more like that. So tilt the pelvis, nice and slowly. Begin to roll the pelvis up. Reaching those knees nice and long. Take that stretch at the top and nice and slowly tilt the pelvis as you roll it back down. Make sure your knees stay with just a tennis ball between them. 1 more, tilt. Nice and slowly roll it up. Once you get to the top here, press heavy through your heels, extend the knees. Bend the knees, lift the hips, pull. Press away, lengthen. Bend the knees, lift the hips, pull. Press away, lengthen. Bend the knees, lift the hips, pull. 2 more. Lift and pull. 1 more. Lift and pull. Come all the way into your stoppers and slowly roll the spine back down. Once you get down, let's take your heels wide. We're going to do this in the wide stance to work more into the outside hips. So go ahead and flatten the back, roll up into that nice high bridge. Make sure the knees are reaching away. Take that stretch across the hips at the top and slowly roll it back down. 2 more. Tilt. Roll up. Take a breath at the top and exhale, roll down. Last one. Imprint, roll up. Once you get to the top, let's press heavy through your heels, straighten your knees. Bend the knees, lift the hips, pull in. Let's do 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Pull all the way home, nice and slowly. Roll all the way down. Very good. Pull the knees into the chest. Take a little stretch here, side to side. And we're going to come up and change your springs. So come up to sitting. We're going to go into your core work, so hands and straps. I'm going to go to a red and yellow on my machine. It's a light to moderate resistance. So set it to what you feel is appropriate, and let's lie down and put the short straps in your hands. Okay? So short straps in your hands. Bring the arms forward so the wrists are right over the shoulders. Make sure you're not shoved up into the shoulder blocks. You have a little space there. Let's bring one knee at a time into chair. So 1, 2. Make sure the rib cage is zipped together. Ribs are reaching down to the carriage. Tailbone is heavy, so you have a light space in the low back. Lower the arms down to the hips, reaching the fingertips away long as you resist to come right back up. Exhale, lower. We're going to work in 5s. Inhale, lift. 3 more. 2 more. Make sure you don't let those ribs pop open. That's where you get the work of the abs here. And lift. We're going to add the chest lift. So lower the arms, lift the head and shoulders. Maintain your neutral here. And lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. 3 more. 2. And 1. We're going to add imprint and leg extension. So as you lower the arms, imprint the spine, extend the legs out, lengthen them, and then come back to your start position, which is neutral. Exhale, imprint, lengthen. Inhale, bring it in. 3 more. Imprint, lengthen. And in. 2. And in. 1 more. And bring it in. Okay, we're going to do the same thing, but snow angels, okay? So let's drop the arms out to a T. Make sure your ribs haven't popped up, so lower those ribs down into the carriage. Squeeze down to the hips. Think about the pinky finger wrapping underneath the hips, and then resist as you come back out. Exhale, pull. Inhale, open. 3 more. 2 more. And 1 more. Let's add your chest lift. So arms pull down, lift the chest up. You're in neutral. And lower. Breath is the same. Exhale. Inhale. 3 more. 2. 1. And then guess what? We imprint, extend the legs. Imprint, extend, and lower. Exhale, and inhale. 3 more. 2. 1. Let's lower, take the arms right over the shoulders, bend the elbows at your side. We're going to do tricep extension, reaching the right leg out. So elbows straight, right leg straight. Bring it in, alternate, left. In, right. You're in neutral, left. 3 more each side. 2 more each side, right, left. 1 more each side, right, left. Bring it in. Let's take the arms right back up over the shoulders. Open the knees and feet a little wider than the hips. We're going to do obliques. So we're imprinted. You're going to lift and reach over, straddle that right leg, that right thigh bone, and lower. Let's go left. Make sure you imprint, exhale on the lift. 3 more on each side. 2. 1. And bring it all the way in. Let the feet find the bar. Rehang your straps, and let's come up to sitting for another spring change. So let's do tall kneeling arms. I'm going to go to 1 red. You can go to a blue. That's going to be a little bit lighter for the balanced body equipment. or you can change it to a lighter spring based on your reformer. I'm going to keep it on a red, it's a little heavier. We're going to come up to your knees. Put your feet up against the shoulder blocks. Make sure your toes are curled forward so you can sit on them if you needed to. And then reach back and grab the long straps in your hands. If you went to a lighter spring, you're welcome to grab the shorter straps, whatever works for you. Up tall, make sure your shoulders are stacked over your ribs, which are stacked over your hips, which are stacked over your knees, okay? So neither forward nor back here. Nice and tall. My pinky fingers are right in my hips. Chest is lifted, eyes are forward as we take the arms up to 90, and then resist as you lower. And then up to 90, resist as you lower. Do 3, and lower. 2, and lower. 1, up and hold. Let's bend your elbows into your side. You can take them really far back and get that stretch if it feels okay for you, and then serve that platter. Take it back, and lift. And 3, and lift. 2, lift. 1, lift and hold. Turn your palms toward one another. Let's hug your tree. Open with control. Squeeze using the core. Elbows are bent slightly, and they should be slightly beneath the shoulders. 2, 1. You're going to bring the arms down. We're going to do tricep shaving. So you're going to sit back onto your heels if you can. Form a triangle with the thumb and the index finger and put it behind your head. Elbows are nice and wide. From here, you're going to hinge forward slightly. Keep the chest lifted. Keep the abs turned on as you press up and overhead. Bend your elbows nice and wide to pull back. Press up and lengthen. Bend nice and wide to pull back. Do 3, 2, 1 more. Press up and hold. Take the arms in front of you to dismount out of that, and rehook your straps. Once you rehook your straps, we're going to turn and face the opposite direction for chest expansion. So just turn around. Let's walk forward. Hook the toes or the top of the foot right up against the end of the carriage. Find yourself stacked, shoulders, hips, knees, and then reach forward and carefully grab your long straps, okay? So remember, I'm on a red. We're going to say nice and stacked. I want you to really pull your feet into the front of the carriage to activate the glutes and the hamstrings here. And then very slowly, I want you to pull the resistance back. Think of pinching the shoulders together, but really reaching the hips forward. Your hamstrings and glutes should be activated. And slowly take it forward. This is really working that posterior chain here. So draw the arms back, hold it, and slowly resist it forward. And then slowly take it back. If you've taken my reformer class, as you know, I'm very picky about this one. 2 more. Pull those toes in. Flex the ankles hard as you pull the arms back. And forward. Let's do 2 more. Pull, flex, flex, flex the ankles. And forward. Make sure those pinky toes are flexing in too. 1 more. Take it all the way forward and rehook the straps. Once you rehook the straps, we're going to do some roll-ups. So sit where you are. If you're on a lighter spring, you may want to go to a little heavier spring. I'm going to stay on my red. We're going to go knees bent and feet flat. And you're going to pick up the short straps. You're going to sit up really tall. Make sure you have plenty of room to roll back behind you because I want you to get to your low back, okay? So sit up nice and tall, arms are long. Tilt the pelvis. Begin to roll back. Look down your body. Make sure you're getting that good pelvic tilt. Once you get to that low back, Take a breath. Exhale, nice and slowly reach the arms, round the spine. Reach the top of the head toward the knees. Roll up and sit up nice and tall at the end. Exhale, tilt the pelvis. Roll back. Reaching the arms in opposition. Good, take a breath at the bottom. And exhale, round the spine. Rolling back up. Sit up nice and tall. 3 more like that. Tilt the pelvis, roll back. Take a breath. Exhale, round, roll up. And 1 more. Tilt the pelvis, roll back. Take a breath. And exhale, roll up. Sit up nice and tall. Let's take both straps into one hand. Slide back, straightening the knees now. Cross the ankles if you need to. Otherwise, you're going to sit up really tall. You'll have the long straps in your hands. You're going to go for rotation. So we're going to bend the left elbow, reaching the right arm long. So it's a reach and a bend, rotate. Come back to center. Alternate. Right. Rotate. Center. Left. Center. Right. Center. Left. Center. Eyes are following that elbow. One more each way. Come back to the center and lower the straps down. All right, let's spin your legs to the side. While you're on that red, let's do side lying hips. So pull your headrest up. Lie down in the center of the carriage so everything needs to be in line with the headrest. Lie down where you are, get yourself adjusted. Take the long strap and put it over the foot. Let's go up to behind the knee. We should all know this series pretty well if you've been in our reformer classes. So from here, bottom hand gets the peg. I want your top hand to grab your pelvis, your pelvic bone there. I want you to give me a little arch of the low back, making it neutral. Reach that left hip nice and long, creating some space underneath your rib cage. Feet are reaching together, they stay together as you open up for clamshell. The carriage can move here. Let's do 5, 4, hips stay stacked, 3, 2, and 1. Let's take it up for hydrant. Try to not move the carriage, okay? So knee and foot come up together as if you were pushing a door open. Try to stay rolled over perfectly on your side. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. And then from here, let's take it to a circle. So pull that knee into your chest, up to the ceiling, around and down. Try to keep your hips stacked here if you can. It's going to make it a little bit more challenging for you. If you let the hips roll open, you do lose a little bit of that work. 2 more. 1 more. And reverse it. Take the knee down, up, and around. Down, up, and around. 3, around, 2, around. Do 1 more. Around, and let's take it off. Okay, so take that one off. Rehook the strap, and we're gonna roll to the other side. So you're gonna get to see the other side, because I don't have another camera. So that's all right. We'll lie down in the center. We'll put the long strap over your foot, up to behind your knee, and get everything stacked on top of one another. Make sure that hand is reaching that hip long and it's not tucked. You got a little arch of the low back. And then from here, clamshell up and down. We're doing 8, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go to hydrant. Try not to move the carriage as you lift and lower. Lift, lower. Four more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it to your circle. So knee in, up, reach the knee down, and bring it around. Up and around. 3, up and around. 2, up and around. 1, up, around, and reverse it. So knee down, up, around. Knee down, up, around. And 3, 2, 1, and bring it around. Let's take it off and roll to your back. Once you roll to your back, let's stretch it out with a figure 4 stretch. So left ankle over the right knee. Pull the knees in, the right knee into towards your chest. Think about pushing that left knee away as you're pulling the right one in. Nice big stretch in those hips. I'm missing everybody here at the studio. It's so pretty outside with the palm trees. Miss everybody being here. I hope everyone's doing well. All right, let's switch to the other side. Pull that left knee in, push the right knee open. These stretches will be different on each side for everyone. Let's hold it for about 10 more seconds, and then we're going to do another spring change here. All right, let's go ahead and sit up and do another spring change. So let's come down to, I'm gonna go to just one blue, and I'm gonna take the red off, okay? So it's a lighter spring. It's not the lightest, but it's the next to lightest. So it's a medium spring, I guess you would say. Let's do some rotation, so work on the obliques a little bit more. So let's come up to our knees. You can face whichever way you want to first. Knees will be in the center of the carriage, in line with the headrest. And I'm going to take my knees a little wider than my hips here, okay? I'm going to reach up and grab the long strap in your hand. We're going to do rotation as we've done many, many times in class. So we're going to go ahead and put the fingers together here around that long strap. And I want you to pull the elbows around as far as you can, but push both hip bones forward, okay? So eyes look back, elbow looks back, hip bones are forward, and come all the way back around. Keep both hip bones forward as you twist the rib cage around. It feels pretty good. Four, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bring it back around. Put it just in the right hand. Let's take the left hand and reach for your springs. This is one of my favorites. Right hand is forward. We're going to come up and over with the right as you reach away with the left, and then bring it back down with control. Good work from the left. Take it up and over, reach, and bring it down with control. And up and over, reach, and bring it down with control. 2 more like that. Reach both hands away. 1 more. And bring it down with control. Good. Last one I want to do is to put your hands behind your head. So that strap will go behind your head. You can walk the knees forward a little bit if you want. That's going to give you a little better pulling angle, if you will. You're going to pull left elbow all the way over and then back through center right. All the way over to your left and then all the way over to your right. and then 3, and over, and 2, and over. Do one more to the left, one more to the right, and let's take it down and rehook it. Okay, so I'm going to turn away from you. We're going to do the same 3 exercises. So turn around. Knees are in line with the headrest. Both hands get that long strap. Interlock your fingers. Push both your hip bones forward as you rotate. And then back around. Both hip bones forward. Rotate. And back around. Do 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. And take it down. All right, so from here, sorry for the crazy hair. Right hand is reaching for the springs. Left elbow is lifted. Palm is forward. As you reach up and over, reach everything away. And then bring it back down. Everything up and away. And bring it back down. 3, 2, 1, and bring it back down. All right, let's flip. Hands behind your head, interlock the fingers. I'll walk my knees forward a little bit, I think, as we go all the way to the right and all the way to the left. And right, and left. And 3, and 2, and 1. Good, let's go ahead and replace that strap and put your hands on your foot bar as you turn and face the foot bar. I'm going to redo this crazy hair. Take a little sip of water if we need to. Fortunately, I don't have any in front of me. All right, let's do some lunging here, okay? So, be very careful. Make sure your hands are on your foot bar. I am still on a blue, I haven't changed. We're gonna stand up where you are, okay? So once you stand up, I want you to take the left toes and wrap them over the end of the carriage. I want you to put your right foot forward on your sticky pad under your foot bar. You're going to bend the right knee, put the shin on the foot bar, lift the left heel as you come down into your high runner's lunge. Now here, make sure you're not laying on your chest. I want you to lift it up nice and high. Chest is lifted. You're going to bend the left knee, pull it under you, and press back out. Bend it, pull it under, press out. Do 3. Nice big range of motion. 2, 1. Press out, hold. Pull that right shin off, pulling up into like a triangle stretch, okay? So try to flatten your back, try to stretch that right hamstring, right hip forward, left, right hip back, left hip forward. Hello. Good stretch. And then lift the hips further to bring the carriage in. Let's switch, right toes over the edge, left foot forward, bend the left knee, pushing the shin in, lift the right heel as you come down into that runner's lunge. Lift the chest again as you pull that knee under you and press it out, lengthen. Pull and press. And 3, 2, 1. Press out, lengthen. Pull that left shin off, flex the ankle, and pull into that stretch. Left hip fall back, right hip forward. I don't know why I keep wanting to mess that up. Keep the eyes lifted, keep the back nice and flat. And let's bring it all the way in. So we're gonna switch legs again. So this time though, we're gonna be in turnout. So before you start, put your heels together and your toes apart on the carriage. Make sure the left toes are over the front edge. Bring the front foot forward and turn out. Bend the right knee. Same rules exist. Come down into that high runner's lunge. But now both legs are in turnout. So as soon as you pull that left knee in, it reaches open and then back out. And then reach the knee open, press out. Pull, press out. 2, press out. 1, press out. Lift that right knee up, pull the carriage close, and let's switch sides. So come back to your Pilates V, except make sure your right toes are over the edge. Left foot comes forward and turn out. Bend that left knee as you press the right out, lengthen. You're in turnout. Reach the right knee open, press back out, lengthen. Reach it open, pull, press. We're gonna do 3, press, 2, press, 1, press out, lengthen. Lift the hips up and come all the way in. And then carefully come back down to your knees. We're gonna finish up with feet and straps, our favorite. So I'm gonna add a red on, so I'm on 1 red and 1 blue. It's a moderate resistance for sure. So 1 red, 1 blue for me. You could do 2 reds as well if you really wanted to. Otherwise, let's lie down. Your headrest can be up or down at this point. I like to always keep mine down. Let's go ahead and put those long straps over your feet and press the legs out to 45 degrees and take the arms long by the side. We're gonna start in neutral pelvis. We're gonna pretty much maintain that the entire time, so make sure you've got a little space in the lowest part of your back. Resist as you take the legs up. If you keep your neutral, you'll find a little hamstring stretch there at the top, and then you'll use the back of the legs to press down. You'll resist to come up, and then use the back of the legs to press down. Two more. 1 more. Good. Press down, hold. Go into Pilates V and do the same thing. Squeeze those heels together. Your range may not be as big. Resist as you take it up. And squeeze it down. And 3. And squeeze it down. And 2. And squeeze it down. And 1. And squeeze it down, hold. We're gonna take it to frog. So a nice controlled frog as you pull in right over your hips and squeeze out. And 4, squeeze out. And 3, squeeze it out. And 2, squeeze it out. And 1. Let's take it to a swimming frog. So pull it into frog. Open the legs out to the side as you swim it around and down. Frog, open, swim around and down. Frog, open, swim around and down. 2 more. In, open, swim around and down. 1 more. In, open, swim around and down. Reverse it. So open, bend the knees to a wide frog. Squeeze in the center, press. Open, bend, squeeze to the center, press. Open, bend, squeeze to the center, press. 2 more. Open, in, press. 1 more. Open, in, together, press. Let's parallel the feet and go into your big leg circle or hip circle. So up, open, around and down. I'm going to maintain my neutral here. If you would like to take your back flat for an extra stretch, feel free to, but just be careful as you roll back down through the spine. This is a little safer to do it this way. 2. Feels just as good too. One more. When you get to the bottom, let's reverse it. So open, come up, together, squeeze it down. Open, up, squeeze it down. 3, 2, and 1. And squeeze it down. And then bend the knees in or finish taking whatever stretch you like to take here. We're going to sit up. And we are done. I hope you guys enjoyed that reformer workout. It's all moves you should have seen before and were hopefully easily executable from your home there. Hope everybody is well, and I'll see you next time. Bye.